back into the film post combine. And for me, one of the more impressive combine performances, at least at the quarterback position, was Desmond Ridder. Now, we did see some athleticism on film. He did have number 6 rushing touchdowns this past season, 12 the season before. But I don't know too many people who were expecting him to run 4.49. I think people sort of expected something in the 4.5s. Now you got a combine 40-yard dash of 4.49, and it caused me to sort of go back and look at his film a little bit with more of an eye towards how that speed translated on Saturdays and how it can be used and how it can help him as he adjusts to life in the NFL on Sunday. So I've got 6 plays here queued up to look at Ridder from more of an athletic profile standpoint. And, this first play you're going to get against Tulane, little mesh concept here. We're going to get, your shallows underneath. You're going to have tight end here on the corner. You're going to get this little route here from the wing. Back's going to sort of release out to the flat. And there is an opportunity, I think, if you work the progression part, there's, I think, an opportunity to hit this corner route. But he gets pressured, and you see the speed show up here on film because you're going to get some pressure off the edge. But watch as you see almost angle erase and speed from the quarterback as he turns this into a huge play. So there's your pressure off the edge. He climbs initially but sees grass, and he just outruns everyone. Outruns 2 who might have had an angle on him, and he turns this into a touchdown. I mean, just a very impressive play. Winding it back here. As I said, perhaps there's an opportunity right here to hit this route, right? It's kind of breaking open. But instead, you've got pressure off the edge. You've got a little bit of interior pressure. And you see with sort of man coverage now, defenders almost have their back to him. They're more watching their receivers and their coverage responsibilities. So that gives an opportunity when he sees grass right here, when he starts to climb. Now you've got a window to hit. And here's a defender who, as I said, probably have a pretty good angle on him to at least prevent a big play and just outruns everybody. And so you see that sort of speed that he showed in Indianapolis translate to an in-game situation. Here's your end zone view of it. And again, you'll see the climb initially, the response to pressure off the edge, and then the athleticism as he takes off downfield. He sees a huge opportunity. It helps at 28 sort of slips there, but you get a big play. One of the more interesting aspects, it's a third and 4 situation against Tulsa. One of the more interesting sort of underpinnings of podium discussions was how teams are going to deal with sort of drop 8, right? Matt Corral talked about it. Carson Strong talked about it. Teams were asking those quarterbacks how they dealt with it. And so here's a situation you're going to get drop 8. On a 3rd and 4, we get empty, get motion across the formation. You get basically curl flat. You get flat and curl here. You're going to get point person's going to set up over the ball, but you also get, sort of curl flat here too. They're going to drop 8, rush 3, and still get pressure off the edges. But rather than playing 5 versus 8 in the secondary after he climbs, you see again that athleticism as he scrambles for the first down. And what I like right there, little contact balance, stays upright, accelerates through that tiny little crease so he gets skinny like he's a running back, getting through a hole on a zone design. And you get a first down. When you have the ability as a quarterback to turn, if you pause it right here, right? Hit your drop depth, you've got pressure off the edges, and you're playing 5 versus 8 in the secondary on 3rd and 4. And yes, this is open. These guys are going to rally downhill and stop them short of the sticks. When you have the opportunity to turn this situation into a first down with what you can do as an athlete, that's a plus for an offense. It's a really nice play there. And now you see it sort of from the end zone angle again. You'll see that pressure off the edges. You'll see the contact balance as he's able to stay upright, even as there's that sort of wrap and trip attempt at his ankles right here. Impressive athletic play. Now we got to play against South Florida, and love the scoreboard. It was kind of tough to read that one out. You're going to get motion for the tight end, but eventually he's going to come back here to the wing. You're going to get sort of the seam and the little hitch there. Back's going to check up as well. You get sort of a smash concept here to the right where you're going to get, inside receiver flat. You're going to get that look. He's going to, again, pull it down. You'll see him sort of turn the corner here as he makes a nice run here. And it's that athleticism and ability to get upfield, change direction quickly. A little climb again. Flashes ball. Now here's your upfield turn. Gets through contact a bit. Again, stays upright. Again, that ability to pick up positive yardage, to turn plays that might not be going anywhere into positive gains as a quarterback, very impressive. So very nice play there. And what's interesting about this athletic component to his game, it opens up the ways you can use him as a quarterback. In post-Indy discussions, there's been a lot of sort of Mariota comparisons. There's been some Tannehill comparisons. He said at the Combine that he sort of models his game after Tannehill, certainly an athletic quarterback who played receiver. This is a 4th and 1 against SMU, and you're going to see designed run here. Zone read situation. DN's going to crash downhill, so he keeps. And you'll see 4th and 1, he almost turns into a home run hitter in a short yardage situation. There's a guy crashing, keep, pull, stumble a bit, get up to speed, long strides, and you get the touchdown. When in the sort of too high world we're living in right now, where you see teams turn into quarterback run components as a way to try to get defenses out of those too high looks, a guy that can do this, extremely valuable. You see the speed, you see the strides, another impressive run. Similar design here against ECU. Again, sort of that zone read element. You're going to pull it again. Pick up positive yardage as a quarterback. Give your offensive coordinator, gets a nice block there. Again, contact balance, stays upright, picks up additional yardage after that tackle attempt. An impressive play from an athletic standpoint. When you give your offensive coordinator, when you give your play caller this kind of toolkit, there's a lot of things you can do to get defenses out of those too high looks. Start bringing that safety down. And as we've seen from Ridder already, he has that ability against those single high coverages to pick up his best matchup and make deep throws in the passing game. And so, very valuable asset, his athleticism. Now we get to play against Alabama. This is a design that they loved with Ridder. You'll see your sort of run element here, your slice into the flat, he'll keep and pull, and you're reading this defender. You're reading the reaction. If this guy's coming crashing downhill and vacates him, you can flip and throw. But if he sort of stays home, he becomes your lead blocker, and you keep. It's a nice little design that they used a ton. And now you run it against Alabama, a playoff game. You see, again, that athleticism gets upfield, gets you right close to the first down marker. So another way to keep his, use his athleticism now in the pass game. And again, gets upfield, picks up yardage. Seeing it from the sideline angle, you see how this concept sort of comes together, right? I'm watching this defender here. He's staying high, staying home. Can't throw it to him here. Now he becomes your lead blocker. And again, if he crashes downhill, you simply flip it over his head, and now this guy's got room to run. So it's a nice little design, and it helps to have a quarterback with his athleticism. So when he has to become the athlete, you get that quick turn upfield, and you get positive yardage. So, a chance to sort of look back at Ridder and go through his film again. When you're focused so much on him as a passer and what he's doing, throwing the football, sometimes you lose sight of what he can offer you as an athlete and the different ways you can implement him at the next level. And so one more piece to the puzzle that is Desmond Ridder, some impressive athleticism and the ability to turn plays that might look dead into positive plays for the offense. Always something nice to have if you're an offensive coordinator or play caller. And so look at Desmond Ridder from an athletic standpoint. Thanks as always for watching. Subscribe, rate, review, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you next time.